Chapter 1.
Soil. The topmost surface of the earth is made up of soft layer which is called soil. The soil provides or supplies water and nutrients to the plants. The soil is very important to all living beings. All living things directly or indirectly dependent on soil. Formation of soil. Soil is formed by the breaking up of rocks into tiny pieces by the heat of sun, moving wind and running water. This is called weathering. Rocks have cracks in them. When water gets into these cracks and remains there, it may freeze in cold weather and form ice. Ice is solid and exerts pressure, thus breaking the rock. Over millions of years, repeated weathering breaks the rock into small particles of sand. These particles break into fine particles by continuous action of weathering. With the passage of time, these particles mix up with dead and decaying matter, called humus, and form soil. Composition of soil. Soil is made up of the following things: gravel, sand, and clay particles, minerals, humus, animal and dead plant remains, some tiny living organisms such as fungi and bacteria. Water, air, soil erosion. The uppermost surface layer of the earth is most fertile. It has many layers. Sometimes this topsoil is carried away by wind or water. This process is called soil erosion. Soil erosion makes the land unfertile and unfit for growing plants. Agents of soil erosion. Running water. Maximum soil erosion is caused by running water. When the rivers are flooded, the river water removes the topsoil of all the fields. Heavy rains also cause soil erosion. Wind. In open lands, strong winds cause soil erosion by blowing away the topsoil. When this fertile layer of soil is gone, new plants cannot grow well. Human beings. Human activities are also responsible for causing soil erosion. Some of them are deforestation. Cutting down of trees on a large scale is called deforestation. When the trees and plants are cut down, the topsoil becomes loose. It can be easily carried away by strong winds or flowing water. Overgrazing. When animals like cattle, sheep, and goats graze on the same area of land again and again, they eat up most of the green grass and other plants. As a result, the soil becomes loose. This loose soil can be easily carried away by strong winds or flowing water. Soil conservation. Soil is a very important natural resource, so we should protect soil from erosion. The protection of soil from being eroded is called soil conservation. We can prevent soil erosion in the given ways: promoting afforestation, planting trees on a large scale in place where trees had never existed is called afforestation. If the trees have to be cut down from the forests for various needs, then new trees should be planted in place of the cut down trees. This is called reforestation. Cover plants. When the land is not being used for farming, it is good to grow grass and some other plants to cover the land. These plants hold the soil particles together, which help in preventing soil erosion. Checking overgrazing. Animals should not be allowed to graze on the same area of land continuously for a long time. Terrace farming. In hilly regions, the flow of rainwater is very rapid. It carries away a lot of fertile soil. We can prevent this by terrace farming. Terrace farming is done by cutting steps in the hill slopes. We also call it step farming. This reduces the speed of water and hence prevents soil erosion. Constructing dams and embankments. Dams and embankments along river banks prevent soil erosion. The river water then cannot flood the nearby fields. Soil is thus conserved from erosion by water. Do you know? Cover crops, shelter belt, and bunds prevent fertile soil from being blown away by wind or washed away by flowing water. Points to remember. Topsoil contains fine particles of sand, clay, humus and air. We can check soil erosion by different methods. Soil is formed by the breaking up of rocks into tiny pieces of heat, wind and running water. Soil erosion reduces the fertility of soil. Dams and embankments along river banks prevent soil erosion. The roots of plants bind soil particles together and do not let them get washed away by air or water.